the Squishy Monster. Today we're going to make spicy crab soup. Now I get a lot of questions about, hey, is everything in Korean food spicy? Not everything is, but a lot of things are. But just like almost every dish virtually out there, make it your own. You know, for this particular dish, you can, for example, just omit the peppers, the gochugaru, the pepper flakes, and the peppers all together, and just make it, you know, a milder soup. But basically what happened and why I'm making this soup today is that my dad comes up to me this morning with a bowl of crabs that he had cleaned and prepared and cut and everything. Apparently he went out yesterday and bought 2 bags of grocery brown bags full of live crabs. Didn't know he did it, nobody knew he did it, and he comes up to me this morning, he's like, do something with this. So, challenge accepted. Behind me, all I have going is just some water to boil to make my stock. And I wanted to point out to you guys that I am out of anchovies. I know, shocking. So I'm substituting with just some dried fish strips. So it's this and kelp that I'm going to boil together for about 15 or 20 minutes or so to create a nice broth. And this is a great tip. Don't freak out because you don't have one particular thing. So I'm going to throw that into my pot of boiling water. And in my big pot here, my daddy's done all of the hard work for me. It's just crab that he cleaned and prepared for me, and it looks like this. So it's gonna ooze out into the soup and it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna taste great. And I know I'm probably like alone in this, but I love how crab and seafood, all of that smells. It smells delicious to me already. To this, I'm gonna add in my fish sauce and pour everything into this one pot. Sesame oil. All of the measurements and details will be found on my blog, so don't worry about it. And then my red pepper flakes. Again, you can omit this if you don't want it to be spicy. And then I'm going to actually reserve these to the very end. It's like about 1-inch strips of the tops of the green onion, just the green part. The white part I'm going to throw in here and cook off with everything. And then everything else you just slide in. Your Korean radish, like this. I have some ginger, some onions, some jalapeno peppers, the white part of the green onions, and a jalapeno, some garlic, and I'm throwing that all in there. I'm going to give it a nice mix. I have such traumatic memories of going to see my komo, my dad's sister, and she would be standing beside a butcher's block with a cleaver and just smacking it down beyond, like beside these like huge bowls of like real live crab. I was like 7 or so and just kind of freaking out about it, but I got over it pretty quickly, and I love seafood. Give this a nice toss, and basically you're kind of letting everything, you know, settle in and kind of marry together before you pour in your broth. So until your broth is ready, all you can do is just let this hang out, and then we're going to pour in the broth and cook this off. It's been about 20 minutes or so, and my broth has come together very nicely. I'm going to take this mesh net out and put it to the side. And if you'd like, you can throw it back in there. I wouldn't with the kelp just because, you know, it kind of tends to get a little bitter. And pour in your broth. It's a nice light amber color. Pour it all over there, and all those little chunks of red pepper flakes will melt into the soup. It'll be beautiful. So all I'm going to do at this point, it's a very easy soup. So this is, you know, something that anybody can do. Turn on the heat at medium, and I'm going to let it come to a fierce bubble. At that point, I'm going to let it go for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to clamp the lid on, take off the heat, and then just let it sit there, and it'll be perfect. Okay, it's time to see how it is doing. Let's take the lid off. Just a little sprinkle of salt and some pepper. And then top with just your reserved green tops of your green onion. And that's it. I'm going to take it off the heat and give it a quick last stir. And it's ready to serve with rice and kimchi.